So I have a hard time with getting words out, for one thing. Getting the right words to come out at the right time. The words that I want to come out and when I want them to come out is a big thing. Has been for pretty much my whole life. I have a very hard time spitting out things that I need to at times that I should, so a lot of times I end up staying silent. Whatever it is that's on my mind that I need to spit out, I have a hard time with, and it's hardwired into my mind to just stay quiet. It doesn't matter if it's something simple and small that I disagree with, or what the situation is. For example, Sam and I went to the store to go get something. We found the next best thing, but he wanted to grab something for me so that way it didn't feel like such a wasted trip, because we only picked up one thing, and I wasn't really in the mood for what we went for to get for him. And I noticed that the container that he picked up, it looked different. It looked like there was something wrong with it. And I couldn't spit out in that time, in that very moment in time, that I didn't want to take that particular one home. So I did what I know how to do and just stayed quiet. And then it started to eat at me, because I have been working really hard lately on not staying so silent and speaking up when I need to. After 2 or 3 days went by, it was bothering me more and more that I hadn't talked to him. And then when I did, he was very understanding. He didn't take it negatively or anything, which was a help. But it doesn't matter who's in the situation, what the situation is, no matter what topic, subject, object, it doesn't matter. I have a very hard time saying anything about anything. And I'm really trying hard to work on getting better with that. But I can tell already that it's going to be a long, slow process. So if you're watching this and this happens between me and you, that I can't, for whatever reason, spit out something at a certain time, but I end up coming back and saying it later, it's all just because I have a hard time getting things out. And I know that a lot of that was caused from my upbringing. I was not allowed to say anything. I was to be seen but not heard. So whenever I would say anything, 9 times out of 10 it was the wrong thing. So I'd get a backhand to the face, or all my hair cut off, whatever punishment was the punishment of the day, pretty much. So it's been a real struggle for me, and I don't know how common it is for other people to deal with a lot of the things that I do. And honestly, it's kind of aggravating when I try to explain something that I deal with, and then I have whoever I'm talking to is trying to tell me that, it's more of a normal thing, or that they deal with it too, or that other people deal with it the same thing. It's unless you were in my shoes in my life, seeing everything through my eyes and hearing everything from my perspective, it gets very easily very aggravating to me when someone tries to relate when they can't. I mean, I really highly appreciate the thought and the effort, but the biggest help that anyone can be when it comes to anything like that is just listen to me. Just tell me that you understand. Tell me that you will, be willing to be patient with me as I go through my healing journey, more or less. And again, that's why even in my videos I pause a lot, because I'm trying to process what words I want to come out. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult on camera, it's very difficult in person. I feel like I can hide it a bit more in person. And I think that comes from my deep internal panic. That, again, from my upbringing, if I didn't say something or respond within a certain amount of time, I would get my head ripped off. Almost literally, or at least that's what it felt like. So, if you are someone that's in my life in person, just please have patience and just try to understand from my perspective the things are not the same for me as they are for anyone else. And a lot of it is from my upbringing. Everything I know is all just from the way I was raised, and I'm trying to unlearn a lot of things. I'm trying to learn a lot of new things. It's very difficult.